Baby girl, for some time now, you have been the object of my attraction. And what I can say for you is that I have true love.
Did you just say true love?
Yes, true love.
All right, tell me what true love is.
You see, when, like, from here, from there, like within, what am I even saying?
Hello again, it is a pleasure to have you join us today on this program, Hot Button, a program that focuses on young people and relationship. Today, love, they say, is a beautiful thing. There is a thing called love, and there is another thing called true love, as we hear these days. Having the balance between these two is what defines true happiness and lasting peace of mind. My name is Johnny, and with me in the studio are
Josephine Egwake.
and
Okechi Jah lifted me up.
thank you so much for being a part of this program today.
You're welcome.
Now, we are looking at what true love entails in a relationship. So, from the relationship perspective, from young people's relationship perspective, what is love?
All right, when we're talking about young people relationship, we're talking about people of the opposite sex. All right, love is something that it does not just happen. It does not just happen. Like I say, there are many words that are translated as love. We have philia, love we have for your brothers and sisters. We have storge, we have erotic love, the one that is being practiced by people that are married. As friends, no emotional attachment, we love ourselves. But when there is an emotional attachment, that is when we are in a relationship. You see, at this point in time, you are patient with that individual, and you people grow. You see, in a relationship, love actually makes both of you grow together, intellectually, mentally, even materially and spiritually also. So anything other than this is not actually love. Or if it is one-sided, if it is just, materialistically inclined, it is no longer love. So love entails, spiritual upliftment, material upliftment, intellectual and mental upliftment.
All right, if I get you correctly, you are saying love is an act that builds a partner intellectually, spiritually, and mentally.
Sure.
Well, good one. What is love to you? And from a relationship perspective, what is love?
From relationship perspective, I'll see love to be a feeling of commitment, okay, affection and need.
Okay.
I could also see love to be placing another's well-being or happiness over yours. Or it could be a choice to commit to help, to respect, and to care for another person. So to me, that is what I would define love in a relationship to be.
To be committed, and then to also accord respect
to the
and
next
to
person.
hold the person's welfare above yours.
yours.
Good one. Now, what actually defines love? What are these things that we can see, these actions that actually to us makes us feel that this is love?
All right, you see, there are many things that can make us to feel love. Most especially, the common one is when you are being cared, like when somebody is giving you care. You understand? Care in the sense that your well-being is quite important for the other person, you understand?
Okay.
So you try to care for that person, both materially and otherwise. You see, when you see somebody assisting you in some other things, it can also connote love, because I cannot just see somebody and assist in things. I assist somebody, I have an affection. When I mean assistance, I don't mean seeing somebody on the road with jerry can, you can help. I mean in-depth assistance. You assist that person to grow in his or her weak point. In fact, if you are staying with an individual, and you see yourself growing, like for example, I have someone that he does not, read fluently, but he started staying with me, she started staying with me. She can even do sight reading. You understand? So when you see somebody, a partner that you grow intellectually with, that you grow spiritually with, those things can connote somebody being loved.
Okay. All right. What are these characteristics that we can find in relationship with people that defines love?
You know, I would say love is what I see or what I say it is. Your own definition of love in a relationship would differ from what I see it to be.
Okay.
But if we speak the same love language, then we can see that to be love. Okay. You know, there are about 5 various love languages. Okay. You have appreciation, you have giving gifts, you have words. So if you can speak my love language, then I would say that that is love. However, your love might initially or will initially present with chemistry, which is largely biochemical. This is the body, this is rush, this is the body rush, this is the body trying to play all smart and and everything. Okay, so then once the chemistry is there, you want to go close to this individual to know what does this individual do, what do you like, what do you not like. Okay, other than this physical person I am attracted to, let me see if I'm attracted to the intellectual aspect of this individual or the emotional aspect of this individual, and I get so close to you. We get to trust one another, talk about things. And you know, in that midst of talking and getting close, we are committed to one another. And that commitment will come with respecting that person's notions, the person's emotions, the person's thoughts, the person's view about life, your beliefs. I respect you. So once I respect you at that point, I am committed to you. I then can say I love you. Okay? So even when the chemistry is all gone, probably 50% down, the commitment is there because I have seen something that other people do not have. I have seen it in you. So I feel you understanding that individual's love language and interpreting it, then you see that to be love.
That is love. Okay. Well, looking at this whole thing, there are certain things that we as young people are seeing today that we think is love. But if you look critically into those things, they actually do not represent love. I don't know if we can, make some of us understand what we can mistake for true love. I mean, for love, actually.
You see, there are some people that have this perception that if I am not being beaten by my boyfriend or if I'm not being insulted by my girlfriend, I am not actually loved by that individual. Love is not brutal. You understand? Love is not brutal. So if we are thinking that, brutality connotes love, when somebody is beating you because of something else, it is not love because love is patient. And another thing is, when somebody is, consistently repeating errors, in the sense that you do something today, you apologize for it, and tomorrow I see you repeating that same mistake again, you still apologize, of which we should actually forgive and forget. But when it comes, consistently, it shouldn't be love again because it is something else. So another thing is when somebody is materialistically beclouded, you see, all your priority, all your intention is to gain gifts, is to have the latest iPhone now, is to have the latest car now, is to wear the latest dress now. Those things are not love. Getting a gift for someone, repeating that same thing. You don't do anything apart from giving that person gifts. You don't add to the intellectual life of that person. You don't add to the spiritual life of that person. All you can do is just to provide that person with material things. Those things are not love, because if you take love to be materialism, they are perishable things, of which if they perish, what you call love can also perish. So love is natural. You understand? Love is natural. Other than I am not saying that you should not give gifts for your partner, but that should not be the premise by which love is built.
Okay, that should not, giving gifts, giving material things without a commitment to build the person up, spiritually, mentally, and physically, that does not really define. Such things could be mistaken for love.
Sure.
That's what you're saying. All right, do you have a side to this? What are the things that could be easily mistaken for love?
You see, the first is lust.
Okay,
when you're just attracted to this individual, you just want, a constant want is to me, I won't see that as love. Okay? Because all you are just attracted to is just the physical me. And once that physical me is out there, that is all. There are people that will tell you, I like you when you're wearing your makeup. So you just consistently have to be wearing makeup. I like you on your wigs. You just have to consistently. You see, when you are not yourself in any relationship, then that is not love.
Okay.
You're trying to please that other person. You're trying to you're just, the person is just up there and you are here.
Down
so
there.
what you're
Okay.
trying to do is just to live above the individual standards, not minding if you are happy with it. So I feel happiness in love should be a criteria. But once there is no happiness, once you cannot be yourself, once this individual is not pushing you to be better, then that is not love.
Okay.
If you are seeing that to be love, then I feel there is something there you need to revisit. Well, we need to revisit. Because if you're with this person, there should be a change. Okay? If you're not someone who is patient before, at least you should have learned something. If you're someone who is not so, you can't talk, you can't express yourself as an individual, but you meeting this individual, you have learned, or you meeting this individual, you are not even growing at all, then I think that is also something to look into. So I just feel what is not love is something that will not make you be who you are.
So if you are in a relationship and you cannot be yourself, you can't find true happiness, you cannot grow intellectually, you can't grow mentally, you can't grow physically, let me say, and then you find all these things and you think you're still in love, that is not love. Everybody wants to be loved, isn't it? So that's what we are discussing here today. We're trying to draw the line between love and what is not love. Now, we have talked extensively about love, the things that have been mistaken for love, and the things that are actually love. Now, it bothers me to ask this question. Before getting into a relationship, are we supposed to get into the relationship before we find love? Before we fall in love the way people know it? Or should we fall in love before we start a relationship?
All right, this is equivalent to a suicidal mission. I must put it this way, because if you don't fall in love before going into a relationship, there is no even assurance that you will eventually fall in love. Because, you see, love is what attracts me to be in a relationship with somebody of the opposite sex.
Okay.
Of which, if that one is absent, there is no relationship. You know, some parents actually do force their kids or their wards to go and marry this person, of which they have not even gotten the opinion of that person to know whether she loved the person they are forcing her to go and love. Of which, if they eventually, you know, find themselves in a relationship, maybe finally they get married, you will see that there is a very big difference between some people that fell in love or some people that firstly became in love, let me put it that way, before going into relationship. So it is not actually ideal, to my own opinion, it is not actually ideal for you to, you know, go into relationship before falling in love, because there is this high propensity that love will never come. It is as much as taking a risk, of which I don't advise people to indulge into.
Okay, let me hear from you. Should you fall in love before getting into a relationship, or to get into a relationship before falling in love?
You know, I will not see love to be a first attraction. I see you, I am attracted to you. I don't see that as love.
Okay.
Okay? I want to know you. I want to come to know who you are before I can love you.
Okay.
So I can be in a relationship with you and then find love. So it is not necessary falling in love before you go into a relationship. Because even in that relationship, there are things you see before you say, I love you. Okay? How do you talk? How do you dress? How do you address people? Okay? How do you carry yourself? What is your self-esteem like? And then I see you and I say, I love you. I will not see you at the first time or the first meeting and just say, I love you, and then I want to go into a relationship with you. No. There will be a relationship first before I can say I love you, because I must be attracted to you.
Okay.
And the attraction has nothing to do with a physical attraction.
Okay.
Maybe to my own person. I may not physically be attracted to you, but I want to get to know you. If you connect with what I connect, if you connect with me mentally, if you connect with me emotionally, if you connect with me psychologically, if you can sit and have a meaningful conversation, you will not even know when I'll say I love you. And I am saying that because I have seen things that I am not seeing with any other person. So I would say that you will actually have to be in a relationship first to fall in love.
Okay.
Because love is not a physical attraction. Love is not all about chemistry. Love has to do with commitment.
And you have something
I have an objection to that. You see, we have to strike the balance between, dating and being in friendship. Before we are talking about being in a relationship with someone of which it entails dating that person. Before I date somebody of the opposite sex, that person must have come to me if I'm a girl, or if a girl can express her feelings, we'll go to him, please, so and so things. I want us to define your things, of which I will not be on the affirmative side if I don't love you. You understand what I mean? So before you check how this person carries himself, before you check how this person's self-esteem and all the rest, those things can be met on a friendship level.
Okay.
But do you know friendship, dating, marriage are all relationships?
Yes, that is it. But what we are actually discussing is the relationship that has to do with dating, of which you have passed the friendship level. No, if you are talking about relationship entirely, I am my mom, we are in a relationship.
No, in this case, we're talking about
a boy-girl
relationship, of which it has passed the level of friendship. We are talking about, before I tell you that I am in a relationship with this person, that means I am dating him. Because if you are saying that relationship is all about friendship, I might have many friends. So you can tell me that the relationship that exists between me and this my friend is just ordinary friendship. That time we are just mere acquaintances. We have not gotten to the level of sharing emotional attachment. So before I say yes to someone's proposal on dating, I must first of all have emotional attachment with that person. Emotional readiness should be met before indulging.
Yeah, but emotional readiness, does that mean love? Is that love?
Definitely, because it connotes love.
Okay.
No, you see, love is something that, I would say that people have not actually defined explicitly or comprehensively what love actually entails.
Okay.
You see, dating, and we are driving that dating, the sole purpose of dating is for marriage, of which, if you are telling me that you don't love this individual while dating him, of which premise is the relationship built?
Okay, but let me quickly ask a question. I'm not taking sides at the moment, but I'm just persuaded to ask this question. Now, if you fall in love before getting into a relationship, is there still room to grow love?
Yes, there is no instant. In fact, generally, morally, there is no instant perfection of everything anywhere.
No measure.
No measure for it. Everything has a consistent growth, of which all of us will be climbing the ladder until no one will reach the peak. Because if you say, the Bible says that you that think that you are upright, be careful lest you fall. You understand? So there is a room for us to growing in love. Growing in love is just growing in Christ.
So you are saying there must be love before you get into a relationship. Do you agree with that concept?
I still do not agree with that.
Okay.
Because in as much as we are dating, do you just walk up to me, okay? You will probably be attracted to something on my own part before you say, okay, let us date, okay? And as much as you are dating me, that is what we find in the society these days.
Okay.
You just see the individual, oh, this person is handsome, I love you. What have you seen? what have you seen in this person that you will then conclude and say, I love you, knowing fully well that love is a choice. So I can't just see you, or we are just friends, and then I feel, okay, I should say I love you, or I should love you before going into a relationship. To me, love is what I see. If you match me, if I can confidently say I love you unconditionally, I can respect you, I will place your own likeness over mine. My own aim will be your happiness. If I would say, once you are happy, I am happy. Then and then I will say, I love you.
Okay,
sir.
but just very quickly, how do we now look at the situation of Adam and Eve? At the moment that Adam sighted Eve, he said, this is the bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. In as much as that could be seen as marriage, or that was marriage as the case may be, but to me, it was like love was established from the very beginning between them.
Johnny, let me just say that we are saying the same thing, but in different perspective. See, being in a relationship, I agree with her that I cannot just walk up to somebody and say, I love you. For what?
Okay.
No, that is no, it doesn't make sense. Before I walk up to somebody to tell that person that I love you, I want us to be in a relationship, there are some underground check that I have done that will, influence my emotions to agree that I love you. Of which at this point in time, you people are not already in a relationship per se, because relationship we are discussing here is dating.
Yes.
When somebody is dating another person of the opposite sex.
Yes.
Before you walk up to that person and tell that person, I love you, there are some things that you have seen. There are some compatibilities you have seen on a normal ground before diving into that, of which if there is no emotional attachment before going into that, that is not dating. You understand?
Okay.
Is not dating. So let us try to, in fact, for Adam and Eve, just as you have said, Adam just woke up and said, this is the bone of my bone, this is the flesh of my flesh. Did God tell Adam that I took out Eve from your rib? There is no, the Bible is silent about that. You see, Adam first saw love in Eve before them coming together. In fact, if you check the Hebrew content or the Hebrew word that connotes the shout that Adam gave at the first sight, it is an exclamation. It is a sort of wow. You understand? So there is an expression of love before they began to have their intimate relationship.
And that was not attraction?
It was attraction.
Okay.
It was attraction. That is what I'm saying, that love entails relationship. That is the premise by which relationship is built. Other than that, you people are not dating if you don't love each other.
Well, from what I have just gathered from both of you, we are all taking steps in the right direction. First and foremost, you're saying is there has to be this attraction. From this attraction, I begin to take steps in loving. Love is not measured.
Yes.
What she refers to attraction might be the first, might even be the surface level
Adam
of
saw
love.
in Eve.
You get now?
That is love.
Now, let me explain that.
That is not love. That is mere attraction.
Let me get
It is
that.
love.
Let
It
me
is
explain.
love.
That's what we are coming to. Now, there is no straight up cut to say 10% is attraction. From 15% down is love. Whatever attraction is the first step to love. And no matter how you characterize that, that is the reason I asked the question. So, is there room for love to grow? When you have attraction, it is the first step of love. You can't love what you don't see. You can't love what you don't know. So what we are looking at as attraction is also love, but at a very low level. And then if it goes deeper, where you build this positive perspective or perception towards the person, it begins to move. So whatever we're referring to as attraction, love, is just stages. The stage begins from attraction. I have seen this, I like this. And I have known this, I like this. I have known this even more, I like this. And then the more knowledge you gather is what begins to build your positive mental attitude towards the person. And that is when you can fully justify the fact that, hey, there is something that goes out of me towards this person. It continues to grow. So we are still saying the same thing. Whether it's an attraction, whether it is a high feeling of emotional attraction, it is still what? A step to loving. So I think if we as young people understand this and know that love grows and it starts from the very minute stage, we will understand that whatever gives you a positive attitude to see something advantageous in somebody is actually love that is growing. So we need to understand that and know that for whatsoever level, whatsoever we measure to say, I like this person, I want to know this person more, a seed of love has been sown. And I believe that seed of love should be sown in every relationship we find ourselves in. And the ultimate base of this is to know that the true love in every sense of it is the love that involves God. The love that God shows us unconditionally. If we ever want to define true love, it is that love that God has shown us in himself by making himself a part of us, dwelling with us, and then sacrificing himself for us. So whatever thing we are doing, if we have that at the back of our minds, we will get whatever expression of love right. So it is on that note that we're leaving you today on the program Hot Button. We hope you have learned something. And when you're loving out there, love truly. Love the God way and love in the right direction. Do not confuse material things for love. Do not confuse worldly things for love. Love is love, and love is God. If it is not God, it is not love. God bless you for being a part of us today. Until next time we'll come your way, do stay safe, take care of yourself, and do the right things in your relationship. God bless you.